This is a day to get curious and explore ideas. The moon is in Gemini. It enters Gemini late Thursday night, early Friday morning, depending on your time zone, and then moves through a trine with Venus. And as it progresses through the morning, it's heading into a conjunction with Uranus. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Friday, August 7th. We're continuing with this moon cycle that is focused on self-care, kind of in the wrapping up phase as we integrate what we've been learning and put practices in place that are going to sustain us going forward. But today is about getting curious and exploring ideas. So once the moon joins up with Uranus, which happens a little bit after 7 a.m. Pacific time, don't have the exact time here, but sometime between 7 and 8 a.m. Pacific, and that moon joining the shakeup planet of Uranus in the idea generating sign of Gemini is really asking us to get curious, to think outside the box, to ask questions, to explore, to learn new things, and to get access to new information. So it's also a great time for writing, conversation, anything that helps get your mental juices flowing and exploring those ideas and thoughts and opening the door for them to flow. Not only is the moon in Gemini joining Uranus, the planet of outside the box thinking, in the air sign of Gemini, which is about thinking and curiosity, but we also have this air grand trine with Pluto in Aquarius, Venus in Libra. So we have all of the air signs covered. Pluto in Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So they are really activating one another. And really, there's just this really open door energy here for thoughts and thinking and new ideas. Doing some journaling on the personal level can help unlock understanding and awareness for yourself. If you're working on any kind of writing or communication, just a great time to put your thoughts into words, creative writing, but also communication of any sort. So writing an email. We used to write letters, right? And fold them up and put them in an envelope and stick them and put them in the mail. So that's how, and way back when, right? That is how people spoke to each other when they were at a distance before there were telephones, right? So that art, that ancient art of letter writing, where you communicate your thoughts by putting them into words on the page and you send it to someone for them to receive those thoughts and ideas. So I'm just thinking, how can you bring some elements of that into your day today? Writing out something you want to say to somebody, even if you don't share it with them, right? Maybe it's just for your own process to write it out, to get it out, to think it through. It's also a good time to get the words on paper. Don't worry about perfection. Don't don't do your grammar check just yet, right? Just get the thoughts out there and do it from your own brain. Don't use AI, right? This is a good muscle to practice. And with Pluto in Aquarius, in my last podcast episode 9 on Pluto in Aquarius, we talk about human intelligence and the power of human intelligence versus artificial intelligence. Hint, human intelligence is more powerful. But only if we feed it, only if we practice, only if we flex that muscle. So So this is the day to focus on your curiosity, what you have to learn, exploring ideas and how you communicate them. So here's my challenge to you is to write something to someone, whether you give it to them or not. Like it could just be an exercise for yourself to say something you want to say to someone, and to do it in your own words, no AI, just what do you want to say from you? The whole point is that it has your humanness in it, right? So it is coming from you, your style, your way of doing things, whatever grammar mistakes you make, right? It's human. So let it be human. Explore, play with that. And also, this is a great time to read books, to even, listen to books too, if that's your thing. But connect with information and explore ideas, open your mind to new thinking, new possibilities, ask questions. My classic thing that I say is ask the question and don't immediately fill it in with an answer. Don't say to yourself, this is the way it is. That's what we were saying yesterday with the moon in Taurus. This is just the way it is, and it's okay. Now we're going beyond that. Now we're saying, okay, what else is there? And so what is the outside of the acceptance of what is? Get curious about what could be. So we're expanding. We're shaking things up. We're getting outside of our old thinking. And that is the invitation of today's moon sign. And it continues in Gemini as it passes by Uranus in the morning and then heads into, continues through Gemini. So we have that curious vibe all day long, and exploring ideas, thinking, information, and communication. Mercury is in Cancer, ruler of Gemini. So we want to be thinking about our feelings and how we put our feelings into words, which is essentially what I was saying. So what do you want to say to others? How do you feel? What does your heart need to say? Those kinds of things, great to explore. Thanks for being here, and don't forget to sign up for a free account at transformationalastrology.com. You'll be notified of all of my podcast episodes when they come out. There's some great ones already. If you haven't found them yet, last week's was on Pluto in Aquarius, human intelligence. Before that, we talked about the Aquarius full moon. There's one on Saturn-Neptune conjunction, why it's so significant. Barbo's basket and the outer planet cradle is a big theme of many of my podcast episodes. So check it all out. They're all available at transformationalastrology.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for being here and subscribing to this YouTube channel. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.